Salutations, everyone. In the words of the once great MC Hammer, it's hammer time. Running the VSAT Lodestar Swarm setup here on some domination on the slummy slums. Got my diamond knife, got my hammer fully customized with my usual LMG setup with the adjustable stock and the FMJ. I do believe, unless I was feeling really saucy and doing something different in this game, which I don't believe I was. FMJ is really not going to help on this map unless you're shooting into Blue Room. But I guess Garage too, a little bit. Got my EMP nades on my LMG class because I'm here for fire and support. Here for cover fire, shooting through walls, not getting kills, getting assists, throwing C4s on top of roofs, and getting killed by quick scope and snipers. Hardline flak jackets, toughness, and tactical mass as per usual. Throwing EMP nades here, and the hammer is a very interesting gun. As I've said before, the fact that its fire rate slows down as you hold down the trigger. But as long as you can keep it in burst, make sure to stay away from that low fire rate as much as you can. You're usually going to be setting up pretty good. A lot of people like to call this a SCAR light machine gun. It's just a SCAR with 75 rounds. And I wish that was the case, because the SCAR is awesome and its small capacity is one of its downfalls. But the hammer has obviously less recoil because it's a light machine gun, and that fire rate really screws it up. But I do understand it looks a lot like the SCAR, and that's where I assume the comparison comes from. But that's really pretty much where the comparison stops. That's where they stop being alike, is outside the appearance. But I understand the body and the sights are pretty similar for the most part. But when it comes to the way that these guns behave, it's not really something, not really a lot there. Outside the fact that both guns, you want to keep your engagements out long range, stay away from short range. Although the hammer is better at that because of its fast fire rate in the few I don't know, 6 rounds of this gun, and then it really starts to hinder your lethality as the game goes on, or as the trigger gets held. Blackbirds, doing their job. We're just going on Dorito hunting. I think there's only 4 kids left. People love to dashboard. The most popular time to dashboard is within the first 3 minutes of a game, and then I would say it's at halftime. Which every time I've tried to leave at halftime, it doesn't let me. So I guess that's why there's more dashboarding, because that's the only way you can leave at halftime. So that explains all of the games that you get instant losses at when it's only halfway through. Gotta love the free losses; those are always cool. So just getting my kills on the few people that are left. A couple of people are joining, because I mean those are the unsung heroes of Call of Duty. The people who join games in session and don't immediately leave. Not that I want to give them a reason to. I mean, usually you want to call in your VSATs just before they pick their classes, so that way they don't know there's a VSAT or up in the air. So that's really all you can do. But when it comes to putting out bigger lethal streaks, like I'm about to get, spoiler alert, it gives them not really any reasons to stay, unless it's in a game like Nuketown. They'll stay for Nuketown. I really don't know what it is. They don't stay for Hijacked, which is weird because that's basically Nuketown, except worse. I don't know how they made a map worse than Nuketown, but they're creative people over there. Wherever they make these maps, whatever company or sub company is in charge of making these shit maps for the past couple Call of Duties. So hopefully Ghosts can make some changes there. Have to pick up this ballista because that hammer isn't gonna last you forever like most LMGs. Doesn't have as much ammo, and also since it's not belt fed, you're gonna be not having to worry about reloads, so you're just going to be firing to your heart's content. But I do have a Remington and a ballista, so kind of got all my bases covered there for short and long range. Not so much the mid range, but as long as you're just Dorito hunting, it's not something you're gonna have to worry about. So we got the triple cap going there. Only two guys left. Those are troopers. You can't say that they don't love playing this game when they're, just taking their beatings like they should and not leaving the game, even though they are getting killed repeatedly. But you can have your fun when you're like one of only two people left on a team, or you're the only person left. I remember almost winning a game of I forget what it was. It wasn't team deathmatch. It was an objective game. Maybe demolition on Modern Warfare 3, where it was a 1v5 for the entire second half and portion of the first half, where I almost won that game. So it's a bit of a challenge to try to do that, but people are starting to connect, so I figure no better time than now to call on that swarm. Maybe I can get him to forfeit, get this game going a little bit quicker, but you're never going to get the score that you deserve when you put up these you know tier 4 score streaks, because people aren't going to stick around to see what kind of score that you can get. And I do understand that aspect of it, but it's just something about Black Ops 2 that makes people dashboard like nobody's business. Like when did T Mart make that video? When did he make that video like, "Oh guys, you should dashboard. It's a lot of fun and it's good for your stats and all this shit." Like when did that video come out? Because uh that technique really only came into ultra popularity when Black Ops 2 was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months old. It really wasn't like this in any other video game. I realized that, with very powerful kill streaks like Lodestar or VTOL or Swarm, that's very difficult to combat against, even though you can shoot down a VTOL or a Lodestar. But people don't shoot down score streaks as much in Black Ops 2 as they did in Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1. Maybe that has to do with the Pick 10 system. Maybe that has to do with something else. I'm not too sure, but the hammer, pretty snazzy. It's something that you gotta get used to. Definitely the least most used LMG because, I don't know, target finders prefer sustained fire rates, but, whatever. Final score to domination is 200 to 24. My personal score is 36, 6, 4, and 6. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. I appreciate any comments below, and I will see you next time.